When you add a new name record, Denari does a duplicate check to try to determine if the record you are adding is a potential duplicate of an existing name record. It does the same when a record is added by a donor through your online community page. However, the duplicate process is not foolproof. There are many circumstances where Denari won't be able to catch a true duplicate record. For example, if you have an existing record with the last name of St. James spelled ST period, and someone enters the name again spelled ST and no period, Denari will not see a match in the last name field. The duplicate report is a tool that you can use to identify some of the duplicate name records already in your data and then clean them up as needed. It too is not completely foolproof, but it will help you keep your data trim and clean. Let's click on the reports link here on the left. And then miscellaneous, and finally duplicate report. This part is pretty simple. Click the Run Duplicates Report button here on the right, and Denari will apply a basic criteria to look for your duplicates. If it finds a match, it will put those records on the report and put the report in your inbox. No doubt you've noticed the target date field here. This is only needed if you have a very large number of duplicates. It can help you narrow down the list to make it more manageable. When you enter a date, Denari will only look for duplicates in name records that have an introduction date earlier than that date. So you could, for example, look for duplicates in names that were entered more than 5 years ago. If you don't enter a date, Denari will look at all of your name records. Most of the time you won't need to add a date here. Here we see a cross-section of a report I ran earlier. Notice how Denari groups the records it thinks might be duplicates by color. We see two records that Denari thinks might be duplicates. It's now up to us to determine if they're really duplicates or not. We can examine the two records to see what matches, and then we can make a decision to merge them or not. And we can do that on the right side. Here we see the Keep This One field. That is pretty straightforward. If we decided to merge these two records, we simply select the one we want to keep here. Below that is the Merge These field. This one is not as intuitive until you understand what it's trying to do. This field requires that you select a record by actually clicking on it. A very common mistake made is that users assume that they have selected the record to keep, so Denari should know which one to merge. But here's why that field works the way it does. Let's slide down the page to another set of duplicates. Notice that there are 4 here that Denari thinks match the criteria. Over in the Merge These field, we see 4 options, not 2. By clicking on the first one that we want to merge, then holding down the Control key on your keyboard and then clicking the second and third one, we've highlighted these 3 records. Now when we run the merge, Denari will merge all the records into one. So even if there are only 2 records, you still need to select the one you want to merge. When you click the Merge button, Denari will merge together the gifts, pledges, classifications, contact records, and emails into the record you've chosen to keep. It will, of course, keep the address, phone number, and email fields that are in the record that you're already keeping. But what if we don't want to merge them? This could be a situation where a child is living in the same house with their parents, and there's a legitimate reason why this person should have their own name record in their data. In that case, we can move to the Don't Check for Dupes Again field. Select the records that you want to remove from this process. Again, we can select more than one by holding down the Control key. Now select the Mark for No Dupe button. This page won't update automatically because it is a static page, but the next time you run the report, Denari will not include these records in the dupe check process. In that way, they won't keep showing up on the report each time it's run. Once you have finished, you can simply close the report window to complete the process. Running this occasionally will help you keep your data somewhat free of duplicates. If you have any questions, please contact tech support by clicking the Help button in the upper right of the Denari page.